Restraining, and Keke Palmer got back with him and told us to mind our business, that the things that she's experienced. And then going into an industry like the music industry. The music industry is tough. It's full of a lot of, I can only imagine what she has.
It's a term of endearment.
I am exhausted. I had mommy and son date tonight. Had to put this up so I could see your comments. Yeah, we went to eat and we went to the movies. And I said I was going to get on live to go over some things. So my energy is just like in a bottle because I'm tired, but I'm pushing through. We're going to talk about a few things tonight. While we're here, we got some new music that came out. We got some new albums. Y'all should be able to hear me. We got some new albums. Lola Brooke came out with an album. I'm very excited to check her out because she went viral earlier this year. She got signed, I believe. And you know when artists get signed, they kind of go like, you know, they go quiet a little bit. And I don't think artists that are viral, that goes viral that fast, should sign because it stops their momentum. You also have Kodak Black. Somebody said it was garbage. I don't know. I'm going to check it out. You also have Young Boy. Somebody said that was garbage. I'm going to check it out. You got Rick Ross and Meek Mill. They have a joint album. I guess I'll listen to it. And you have new single, Sexy Red, Kevin Gates and BG. I like the song. But what I think is what's going to happen with Sexy Red is we're going to get a burnout of her really, really soon if she continues to make shaking ass music during the winter. Like, you know, like we was turned up in the summer. Now do some hood love type of stuff. And she's pregnant. I think that'll be very good for her image. But yeah, I mean, it sounds good though. I like it. But I just, you know, we inside. We putting Christmas trees up. Speaking of Christmas trees, Brandy has a Christmas album out. I'm gonna put my tree up and I'm gonna listen to that. I love Brandy and the vocals, and I choose Brandy over Mariah Carey any day. And BJ the Chicago Kid have an album out today, and where he been, I loved him, so let's see how he's gonna do. I'm just giving you guys some time to come in. Let me know how your week has been. Talk to me in the comments. I'll respond back. But we're about to get into these topics today. Now, recently, Miss Keke Palmer. Oh, dang, I didn't add the video. I got to add the video on there. Recently, Miss Keke Palmer, it was reported that she filed a restraining order against her baby daddy, Mr. Darius. What's his name? Jackson? Well, I was finna say Cook. Is somebody named Darius Cooks that's famous? So she filed a restraining order against him, and allegedly he is abusive. We also have the security footage of what she submitted to the courts, which looks like he was tussling with her. You can see she was over the couch. And according to her report, he entered into her house without her knowledge. And when she said she was going to call the police, he grabbed the phone from her. She also says this is not the first attack, that he has attacked her back in February of 2022. Now, this was before she went to the Usher concert. Now, anyone who has been in any level of abusive relationship was very triggered with how he pretty much was like, you're a mom, why are you wearing that dress? And I don't see nothing wrong with the dress still, but that was very triggering. And Keke Palmer got back with him and told us to mind our business. So I'm kind of minding my business, but this is public information, and we're gonna talk about this recentness. Let me pull this link up. Yeah, I'm not as organized today either. It's Friday. What y'all drinking? Let's see. All right. Yeah, I'm going on a trip to the Bahamas and my group chat is buzzing. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is the report here about Keke Palmer. And I also have the these pictures right here. Keke is seeking custody of the 8-month-old Tequila. I'm drinking tequila too, cause custody of the 8-month son Leotis. I said Leotis. Men think. Okay, I'm just playing. So she's filing a restraining order, saying that she has faced many instances of physical violence with him, including one Sunday. If y'all see right here, this is Keke on the couch. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. But this is Keke right here on the couch. This is Darius, big tall tree. You see his arm. You can't really tell if he's punching, but you see his arm in that right angle position. They're tussling. Her leg is right here. Come on. I really don't like when it does this. Okay, my link is not working. Freak. My anxiety want me to end the whole live. Because my link's not working. Okay, so we're just going to pick it up. So Keke says that... wait a minute. So this footage is actually from February of 2022, where Darius was choking and body slamming her onto the stairs after he got violently jealous and irrationally angry over a bikini picture. And I'm gonna pull those pictures up so y'all can see it too. I'm also gonna make a post and share it. That's if Facebook don't block me, because they've been on me lately. Keke says that he jumped on her because she showed him a bikini picture of her looking at her results of her body, and she was proud of her accomplishments. And she says that he abused her for over 2 days after that, just constantly like yelling at her, choking her, body slamming her. She says that he would get very jealous if they were at a party and she was showing someone too much attention or speaking too long to someone. He's even accused her of flirting with another woman, where he broke her glasses. So this incident that we saw in 2023 was the icing on the cake as far as body or mom shaming her. Now, his brother had some words to say about Miss Keke Palmer, and then her mother responded. And I'm about to pull that up for you. I can't see word for down. Y'all bear with me real quick. So this is going to be tweet from the brother. So this is Darius' brother. He was speaking about Keke Palmer. He says, she's the most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I have ever encountered in my entire life. Abuses almost everyone. Y'all will see. Just send positive energy to the babies. What babies? Is more than one baby? Any child in the middle of something like this does not deserve it at all. Wow, so damn sad. Now, my thing is, this is his response to Keke Palmer filing a restraining order on his brother. And he's putting the child saying does not deserve to be in the middle of this. Well, if your brother was indeed put in his hands on Keke Palmer, which what the pictures show, you're right. No baby should be in the middle of that. And I'm gonna show y'all the pictures. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What y'all think they was doing? Cause to me, it looked like a tussle. It looked like some hands, some blows. Elbows was getting dropped. This is Darius. This is him leaving. This is Keke on the couch. This is him again, another instance. This was in February 2022. You see he got her. And this was most recent on Sunday. Now, after he made his claims, the mama has something to say. The mom says that she went to the brother and told him that Darius had been abusing Keke Palmer. And he knew about it. Now let's see.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is
I can't hear that.
I can't help myself.
Can y'all hear that?
For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest fuckboy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuckboy and you're a part of the problem.
You heard mama. That was a response to that tweet. He said that Keke Palmer was abusive. Now here's my take on it. I do think that there's no perfect victim. There's absolutely no perfect victim. And I think that whenever anyone makes claims of being abused, that we look at the victim and try to find perfection in them. So I can't say that the claims that Sharonis, or however you say his name, about Keke Palmer isn't true. But what I will say is that what Darius did in front of the whole world on Twitter, I believe was just a little sneak peek of what he actually do behind closed doors. So I absolutely believe her allegations. I believe those pictures. I don't think there's nothing more to it. Those are two instances where her security camera captured what he was doing. She also said that he love bombed her and made her feel like she was the best thing in the world. Now, what was a huge red flag for this situation is that it had been reported earlier this year that he had pressured his ex to get an abortion about 3 weeks before he went public with Keke Palmer. And it was going live on TikTok. And this was when Keke and him first started dating. And everybody was saying that's a red flag. You know, you make one girl get an abortion, and then you turn around and you parading Keke Palmer around. Now, I do feel like everybody has a choice to be able to say if they do or don't have children. But a lot of times that is abuse. And I've been on the receiving end of that. They force somebody else to get an abortion, and then when you have the baby, they upset with you. They want to beat up on you. They're angry. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of people you stay the freak away from because they lack accountability and responsibility, and they lack self-control in all areas. Now, with this situation, if that man put his hands on Keke Palmer in front of their kid, I don't feel like he have no right to be around. And you've seen situations where men would abuse the the mother, and in the end will end up harming the child because there's no love. That they know that that's the only thing that they have that can control that woman. So I absolutely agree with her decision of having sole custody, and also so she won't have to pay child support. Let me know what y'all think about that. I'm done talking about this. But speaking on more of abuse, Nicki Minaj, do I have it? Nicki Minaj, you know, she's on her press run for her new album, and she's on the cover of Vogue. And she got close and personal, and she said that she has overcame her Percocet addiction. She says that she was prescribed the medication for her intense cramps, and no one told her that it was highly addictive. Now, she also spoke about her dad. She says that she was afraid that she was going to turn into her dad an addict. Her dad was addicted to crack, and, well, he went from marijuana to crack. Interesting here, she spoke about her dad because her dad was abusing her mom. Damn, I missed it. And she says that with time, she has grew to understand her dad. And she says her dad was a victim. Her dad was a victim and not the one who destroyed her family. Yeah. She says she now understands that her father was more of a victim rather than a person who intentionally brought harm to the family. And why that is so interesting is because Nicki Minaj is a serial male apologist. She is married to a man who has served time for raping a woman, taking her off the street and raping her. She has done many smear campaigns about that to try to sway people into knowing the truth. She has said that they were in a relationship and it was like statutory rape, but that was not true. I went over that maybe last month. The lady went onto The View and told her story. Nicki Minaj then she got into it with the host, saying that they don't care about her son for putting him on that. And you don't care about your son if this is who you had a baby by. You know, your son is going to find out his dad's allegations regardless. So Nicki Minaj is a serial male apologist. And I get, you know, that you have to at some point find ways to forgive your parents. But to say that he was a victim instead of someone who intentionally brought harm to the family after he brutally beat your mom, brutally beat her, to the point to where she teamed up with her mom earlier this year to she teamed up with her mom earlier this year to give plastic surgery to domestic violence survivors. Anyways, let's get into her new interview. It's about 20 minutes. We're going to watch it and we're going to be done. I hope I can hear this.
Joe, how are ya?
Hi, Nikki. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, and you?
I'm fantastic. If you knew just how many of your fans have asked for this.
I know. They have made me aware.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Barbs.
73 questions, Nicki Minaj, this is happening. Let's do this.
Come on in, Vogue.
Now, before we begin, I just want to say how beautiful the drive was here, and it's even prettier in here.
Thank you.
Can you tell the audience where we are right now?
We are in Malibu, California at the recording studio.
Yes, we are. And what precisely were you doing just before I arrived?
Actually, I was working on a very special lyric.
And it's in the studio where most of the lyric working happens, right?
Yes.
And how are you feeling about life these days?
Blessed, happy, thankful, grateful.
Given that we're in Malibu, what would you say is the...
You for sure?
And it's in the studio where most of the lyric working happens, right?
Yes.
And how are you feeling about life these days?
blessed, happy, thankful, grateful.
Given that
Oh, she was being sarcastic.
we're in Malibu, what would you say is the biggest difference between life in New York and in LA?
New York has the queens.
Yes, it does. And how would you describe yourself to the few people on Earth who may not know who you are?
Pink, rapper, animated.
That checks out. Now,
She's definitely animated. She described herself pink, rapper, animated. She said she became a Percocet addiction. She look high right here. Maybe she drunk. Maybe she been drinking like I've been drinking. Ain't no judgment here.
you gotta know how excited I am for your next album, and that you recorded it here
I did.
is pretty cool. So what exactly does a typical day at work in the studio look like for you?
Well, I tend to listen to the beat and then I...
Okay, so those of you who are Nicki Minaj fans, we could tussle about my opinion, but this is a very thorough opinion here, an observation of her. Nicki Minaj, her antics, her animations, it is to shield her pain. She put on these images to shield herself, and I mean, we all do in different ways, you know. Just for the way that the things that she's experienced, and then going into an industry like the music industry. The music industry is tough. It's full of a lot of, I can only imagine what she has experienced. But these antics, the barb and this, it's just a way to shield and protect herself. And it makes me understand why she said, why she has to find the angel in the demons, and the demons in the angels, you know. So, I really think in her heart, she don't mean any harm. I absolutely believe that, as much as I'm not a fan.
Get a vibe for it, and if it's something that I love, then I go on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
My engineer Juice records me. I lay some ideas down, and then I listen to them, and then I write it based on what reference I loved the most.
Okay.
And then I record, and then we listen for days, sometimes months, sometimes years, and then one day it comes out.
I'm so sorry if this is being forward, but could you freestyle a few bars for me right now? Because I can tell you Anna will love it.
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine.
Y'all, I gotta mute that because Facebook gonna come for me. I'm gonna start my own social media. Because Facebook don't love me. As soon as you start building, they find a way to take it.
That's scary. What if she doesn't like it?
How could she not?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
No pressure.
First, I'd like to say that, I don't know if you know this, Joe, but I definitely have mentioned her in my songs before.
Oh, I know.
But this one obviously would be a lot more special. So let me think.
Take your time. You got this.
Okay, let me think. Okay. I heard them who they sent for. Said you were 10, you must have meant 4. Hot in the summer and the winter. Hello, and the winter.
Yes. Mission accomplished. Now, you usually record in both of these rooms or just this one?
Yes. Come on in.
Okay, getting a full tour here. Now, what exactly is the difference between these two rooms?
You are entering the room where after I leave there, I come here, I sit there, Juice sits here, and we begin listening back to the iconic music we created.
Now, you've collaborated with so many artists in your career. I was wondering if you'd be willing to describe a few in just one word.
Okay?
Ariana Grande,
Ponytail,
Elton John,
glasses,
Beyonce.
blonde, hair,
This is all true. Who's another artist you'd work with?
Miss Lauryn Hill.
What inspired the title for your next album?
a feeling of whole circleness.
And why did you call?
I'm sorry. Joe, I'm sorry. A feeling of full circleness.
All good. Now, why did you call your first album Pink Friday?
Well, I wanted something that represented my favorite color, pink. And another member of my team at that time said Pink Friday. I fell in love right away.
Now, if you were to describe the look for this next album in a single word or idea, what would it be?
Vêtements. Or as I said it on my album, vitamins.
Now, you've also said that Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, and Lil Wayne were some of your biggest influences when you were coming up. What did each of them have that you wanted to emulate?
That's a good question.
Jay-Z, business savvy. Foxy Brown, immaculate delivery. Lil Wayne, trendsetter.
And out of all the people you can rely on, who are the ones you go to if you ever need advice?
My spiritual friends, I think. Anyone who can speak with deeper meaning.
And what would you say is the
She got
deepest
tarot
meaning
readers.
wisdom that you've ever received?
To remain humble.
Important to be humble. Okay, so your fans have now had a peek inside 2 of your studios. I say we keep exploring the property.
All right, you guys, let's go outside and get some fresh air.
Let's do it. We should just be in time for sunset. So, Nicki, I wanted to ask, what would you say is your favorite feature not by Nicki Minaj?
I would say If I Rule the World, Nas and Lauryn Hill.
Good one. And what is the one song with 100% certainty that'll make you cry?
Hello by Adele.
I may have a feeling I know the answer to this one, but what was the last great movie that you watched?
Barbie.
Yep, there it is. Up to or blowout?
I'm definitely in my blowout era.
Freestyle or written verse?
Written verse. I like to write.
And while you are writing, what is your go-to takeout order whenever you need a break?
Foul wings and some French fries, hot sauce and ketchup.
Delicious. And when you think about your times in history in Trinidad, is there a favorite memory that always comes up?
My grandmother, for sure.
Now, what if that question replaced Trinidad with New York City?
The smell of snow.
And when you think of yourself as a child, how would you describe that smaller version of you?
Hopeful.
When did you first realize you loved performing, entertaining people, being in front of an audience?
Probably around the age of 5.
And when did you first hear the sound of your own voice on the radio?
When I was working at Red Lobster, maybe 17 years ago.
Must have been crazy. And what was the worst part of that job?
Having to constantly wash your clothes because they smell like Red Lobster.
What performance in your career were you most nervous about beforehand?
All of my televised performances early on in my career.
What was the first album you heard that completely changed your life?
This Education in Lauryn Hill.
I read you wrote your first rap when you were 12 years old.
Yes.
Do you remember any of those lyrics?
Cookies the name, chocolate chip is the flavor. Suck up my style like the cherry lifesaver.
She had bars at 12.
Now I want to go back to Red Lobster for a second. What other jobs did you have before you got signed?
Lots of waitressing, customer service rep, telemarketer, receptionist. And also, I even sold fire extinguishers.
My girl was a
random
hustler.
assortment of jobs. Which of those jobs did you love the most?
Office manager.
Now, you originally uploaded your first mixes to MySpace. If you remember, can you tell me who was in your MySpace top 8?
I have no idea, but I'm sure Lil Wayne was probably one of them.
Probably. And what was your first accent that you think you nailed?
Well, I thought I nailed it, but I'm learning I did not. The Jamaican accent.
Would you like to demonstrate a Jamaican accent for me now?
Yeah.
Hey, I successfully got you to freestyle. I guess I can't ask for it all.
All right, follow me to the house.
Now, Nicki, you were the first woman who signed with Young Money. Do you think that came with any pressure?
Absolutely.
When exactly did your alter egos first start to come out in your music?
I think on like 5-Star Chick with Yo Gotti and Bedrock with Young Money, I started tapping in more into like the Barbie persona.
Now, I'd like to list a few other personas. Do you think you could describe each of them with one word?
Sure.
Here we go. Harajuku Barbie.
Japan.
Red Ruby.
The sleaze.
Roman.
Rah, rah.
Now, out of Harajuku Barbie, Red Ruby, or Roman, who is your favorite of the three?
I guess my favorite right now is Red Ruby, but as a whole in our Barb community, I would say Roman.
Okay. And how would you describe your fashion and style early in your career?
Kooky.
Does that word still describe your style today?
I wouldn't say so.
When did your fans first start calling themselves Barbs?
That's a good question.
I gave them that name because first I was calling them Barbies because I was calling myself Barbie. And then I just thought that Barbs sounded more like a term of endearment, and it stuck.
I like it. What did you think when you first saw your official Barbie?
Oh gosh, well, I just was very emotional, grateful, couldn't believe it, ecstatic.
Yeah, it was amazing. Now, shifting gears, if you could eat only one food from a bodega for the rest of your life, what?
We gotta stop right there. This is one thing that I can say about Nicki. If anybody is trying to get into the entertainment industry, you follow Nicki Minaj's imprint. She just went through and named all of her personas, all of her alter egos. Those are, when you have alter egos, when you have different identities, those are different ways to brand yourself. Those are different ways to have your audience rock with you. And every one of her alter egos gives different vibes, different music for her. And one thing about it, like Nicki Minaj's work ethic and the way that she has the barbs, she has a community, she's gonna eat forever.
What would it be?
Well, definitely it would be a sandwich, turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar, jalapenos,
Damn, girl.
mayonnaise, mustard, extra turkey, extra cheese.
Wow, there's a lot going on with that sandwich. Next time I'm at a bodega, I'll order the Nicki Minaj and see what they do.
So would you like to have a drink?
I'd love a drink. Thank you, Nicki.
Okay, come on.
Okay, I'll hang here and enjoy the sunset while you're gone. Now, Nicki, what would you say Queens does better than any other borough?
Get the money.
And out of all the places you've ever given a concert, what's been your favorite city to perform in?
Well, I would say New York.
Well, obviously, New York City has to be the best. And whose style did you look up to the most when you were younger?
I looked up to a specific era of the hip hop culture where the image of salt and pepper is sort of like really cemented into my psyche at one point. And it's why till this day I am in love with bamboo earrings, and I even put bamboo earrings in my Fendi prints online at one time. It's sort of like the girl that LL Cool J was describing on Round the Way Girl.
Now I gotta ask, what's the secret to a perfect cat eye?
Stuck poop can make thin women feel plus-sized. To have the...
We are now having a commercial break. We will be back after these messages. Let me know what y'all think so far about Nicki Minaj's interview and the 73 questions. And if you're learning more about her, if you're having different insights or perspectives about her.
Be nervous. You can't be late. You have to be very calm. It's sort of like the girl that LL Cool J was describing on Round the Way Girl.
Now I gotta ask, what's the secret to a perfect cat eye?
Well, you can't be nervous. You can't be late. You have to be very calm. And, you know, you just have to think angle and sharp.
Noted. And what was your favorite Met Gala look?
Yikes.
And what about a typical Nicki Minaj at-home look?
I rather like this look, actually. Darius and Gabbana on the coat, and Tom Ford on the sneaker. The little wife beater and some jean shorts, nothing too much. Barbie chain, of course.
What was the first designer item you ever bought?
I don't remember, but I remember the first fake designer item I was given from my friend. It was a fake Louis Vuitton.
Ooh. And what clothing item do you have the most of in your closet?
I have a lot of sweaters because I'm always cold.
Who's a new designer that you're super excited about at this moment?
Well, does Vetements count as a new designer right now? Not really. Joe?
Counts for me.
Does it?
Yeah, I love Domino.
Okay, so let me say it. Want me to?
Yeah, shout out to Georgia.
Okay.
What has been the most rewarding part about being a mother?
Every single second of every single day, learning that I was able to love on a whole other level.
That is beautiful. And how did having a baby affect how you recorded your most recent album?
Well, because some of the songs started off being written about 4 years ago, there were songs, I couldn't record sexually explicit songs while I was pregnant. So I ended up just getting turned off for like a very long time. And I had writer's block for a while, even after I had the baby. And so now I'm doing a balance of what I think feels like Nicki Minaj, but doesn't make me, feel like eek.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that? Do you think that as a working artist and a mother that you should try to change your message? Like, do you think it is understandable that she wants to think like Nicki Minaj? Or do you think that her lyrics should evolve with where she's at and what she's experiencing? Because I think once you become a mother, like, your outlook is different. Like, don't get me wrong, mothers still bust it open too, because that's the only way you can have a kid is by busting it open. But you have, like she said, you love on a different level. Your outlook and perspective on life is so different than before you were a mother. So I think that's a good question, or something that we could think about.
And why did you go with the nickname Papa Bear for your son?
Well, I don't know. I've always been a nickname person. I give everyone I love these nicknames normally. And he actually had a couple nicknames. His first nickname while he was in my stomach was Bubba. And when he came out, it just transformed into Papa Bear. I can't explain it, but when I looked at him, that's what I thought.
It's really cute.
Oh, yeah,
Do you see any of yourself in his personality yet?
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine.
Yeah, we're almost to the end. She's talking about her and Papa Bear.
And what is the number one most favorite thing that he loves doing in life?
Swing.
Aww.
Or just be in the pool in any way in water, playing in water.
Can you give me any hint about what his name is?
Sure,
Amazing. So many people have asked me to ask you this.
I can.
Okay, ready for the hint. All right, well, we'll keep it a secret. I read you've been doing voices for him. Will any of these show up in the most recent record?
No, that's for me and him.
Fair enough. I also read that you quoted Lauryn Hill in your high school yearbook.
I did.
What lyric did you use?
To survive is to stay alive in the face of opposition.
Which of your Rap Snacks flavors is your favorite?
I'll never tell.
What did no one tell you about being famous that you really like other people to know?
It is It's not for the faint of heart.
You once said that being famous comes with a lot of guilt. How do you manage that today?
By just focusing on the positive energy, the love energy, and learning how to love myself enough to realize that I put in my blood, sweat, and tears into this. I deserve it. It's okay.
What celebrity do you have saved in your phone that would completely surprise me or anyone else out there who's a fan of you?
That's a very interesting question. At the moment, I would say the iconic, the legendary, beautiful boss, Anna Wintour.
Who?
I wouldn't say I'm completely surprised. When was the last time that you were truly terrified?
My son ran out of the door in the hotel I was at recently and ran in the hallway, as if this was just another part of the house that he thought he was in. And so just for those couple moments, I was terrified.
That is scary. Nicki, what makes zero sense to you?
What makes zero sense to me is thinking that you could ever go up against the Barbs and win.
That's so freaking cringe. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the hustle and the amount of power she has.
What is the biggest misconception about you?
That I'm mean.
Would you still consider yourself a homebody?
Yes.
You once said that the thing that motivates you the most is proving to yourself that you can do something. What do you have left to prove to yourself?
If it was all worth it.
I think it was. But Nicki, you've now answered 72 questions. Before I go, I want to ask you. 10 years ago, you said you'd be married with a baby, and that has come true 10 years later. What do you predict for yourself in another 10 years?
Hundreds and hundreds of billions. And being able to help a lot of people that I think need help in today's world.
Well, we can't wait to see.
Well, I don't know, Nicki. Hopefully she finds some new ventures. But the radio show probably not gonna generate that. And the beefing with people ain't gonna get that. And Kenneth Petty is gonna stop a lot of millions of dollars. But who knows what could change in the future. What do y'all think about that? Yeah, I've outgrown, even when Nicki Minaj came out, I was never a Barb. I was always a Rihanna fan. That's why my first name on Facebook was Jayana. Because I just love Rihanna. I had my hair cut in high school with the mohawk in the back. I used to go to school with my hair all jacked up because I would see a style that she had and I tried to do it and only Rihanna could rock that. So I've always been a Rihanna fan. I was never a Barb. I was always a rebel. Let's get into these Vogue looks and then we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna take a shower. I was supposed to clean up my house, but I'm not cleaning tonight. It's 11 o'clock. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'll probably get up about 6 o'clock and clean. And then I have a facial tomorrow and a massage. So I don't know, y'all. My life I just do whatever's in front of me and I try to make time for my family. And I neglect my house. Hell, only way I eat is if I prepare some food. But I'm really excited about the things that I'm doing and the things that I have going right now. Oh, while we're at it, if you are an artist, a woman artist, local, hit me up. Send me some music so I can check it out. I am partnering with a magazine, a local magazine, where we will be highlighting an artist, a woman artist, and I'm gonna have some socials and things. I'm gonna write up a nice article about you. So if you're an artist, if you know an artist, if you're an aspiring artist and have some music, hit me up, Send it to my DM. Let's work. Let's talk about it. Last, we're gonna get into these looks of Nicki Minaj on Vogue. So freaking beautiful. Let's go, Nicki. This right here is my favorite look. Can I pause it? This is my favorite look. Do you see this? Oh my God. That yellow background paired with that beige, right? I think this beige and gold is the accent color. Then you got the black matching the black, and then the way they did the light with the black over her eyes, and you can tell those shades are a little yellow, gold color, and then that pop of red. This is my favorite look from the Vogue magazine. What the, like, I know that's right, Nicki. I love this picture. And I really like what Vogue did for Nicki. Oh, look at that. Nicki Minaj is so beautiful. That cream color. This is giving, what is that? Is that Janet Jackson with the pinstripe suit? It's giving very classic New York. They did the damn thing with this. I can't even lie. And this is so beautiful. I love how they did the soft shade of pink. And the hair. Yes, ma'am. And that yellow. This is so feminine. This, I love this. Baby, in that red and that black. Dang, I wish I could take pictures like this. Vogue magazine got a team. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So yes, Nicki Minaj has an album coming out, and her press run is immaculate. I'm liking what she's doing. I'm absolutely loving what she's doing. She did this interview. She did an interview with Vogue. She opened up about her Percocet addiction. She has overcame it. But she also said once an addict, always an addict. So she just thinks twice about her decisions, because I do think Miss Lady was high a few weeks ago when she did her show. But, you know, to anyone battling with addiction, I wish you a lot of strength. You know, use everything in moderation. And whatever it is that you are searching for, whatever it is that you are managing, I hope that you can find other outlets. As far as how I feel about the questions, it was a snooze fest. 73 questions was a snooze fest with Nicki Minaj because she is guarded. She's not a very open, transparent person. So it was very vague, and it was very like, you know, a snooze fest. But I think it's very great for the Barbs and the people that like her, that love her, that are fans and follow her. I think it was a great look. I do think I got more insight on her as an artist. And one thing that you can't deny is her work ethic, y'all. I don't care what you think about anyone that's in the industry. It takes a lot to get there. You have went through a lot of no's before you got that one yes. Nicki Minaj has the goal of being a billionaire. I think it's possible if she change routes, if she get a divorce. I don't see her being a millionaire with a husband. Her husband don't give billionaire. Her husband don't give billionaire status. But Nicki Minaj is smart, so I think she'll find a way out of that. As for her album, I'm going to listen to it because, I mean, why not? As far as her and Lauryn Hill doing a record, I don't even know what to expect with that, because Lauryn Hill ass don't like doing music. She do it for the money and she cancels shows. But I love Lauryn Hill. I absolutely love her music. Lauryn Hill's music saved my life. Lauryn Hill was the first artist that made me feel like I'm heard, or, you know. But as I became older, listening to her lyrics, she was talking to us like she wasn't smashing a married man. Talking about that thing. You know about that. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that interview. I'm happy for her for kicking her habit. Let's send some good healing energy out to Keke Palmer. And, you know, one thing about me, I am not a male apologist. I don't, because, you know, I feel like women are so emotional, men are mostly logical. I'm not a male apologist. I am aware of the different issues that men and women face. But I will say that anytime that someone is abusive, that it is definitely deeper problems. Now, those problems are not no one else's responsibility to heal, because when you think about you as a person, when it comes to healing, you have to be the person in the driver's seat of your healing. You have to heal. I realized a long time ago that although I was unhealed and I had a lot of issues, I felt like that was an escape of the way that I treated people, because I didn't intentionally treat people this way. When you're in a traumatic state, it's habitual patterns that you picked up from your trauma, from things that were taught to you. After a while, I understood that it wasn't my fault that I had these things, but it's my responsibility to change those things. So that's why I'm not a male apologist. I'm not an apologist for an abuser, because no, it's not your fault that you experience things that have given you these habits. But now, as an adult, it is your responsibility to get your SHIT together and understand how you were treating people. I do think that each of us have abusive ways in some way, and I think that it's a great way to wake the fuck up, change some things in yourself, know what triggers you, and not be around people and things that triggers that. Be in environments that brings out the best in you. And I'm wishing Keke Palmer a lot of healing, because this is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that you realize these things once you have a baby in the picture, because there's absolutely nothing that you can do about that. Yeah, so that is it. That is it for this today. If you missed it the other day, we did a live watch of Jeezy's interview with Nia Long. I keep saying I'm gonna go, but I do got a few things I want to say about that. So I have been seeing videos going around saying with Jeezy, with his one line when he said that they need sisters at their lowest moments, and a lot of people are saying, well, what about your highest moments? I get that and I understand that. But that wasn't the point of his video. I don't feel like Jeezy was coming in and taking advantage of black women to clean his image. I don't get that at all. I absolutely think that it was a conversation that black people need to have, black men and women, because you can't go on the internet without seeing black men and women fighting with each other, telling what men are not doing enough, what women are not doing enough. And I'm one of the people. I'm a sprinkle type of girl. I'm sprinkle. I'm Princella. I agree with every single thing that these women say and what they preach and what they teach, and I live by those codes. But at the same time, I'm aware enough to understand that this is coming from a hurt version of me. This is coming from a scarred version of me. And on the reverse end, the men is coming from a hurt version, a scarred version of them. In our community, we all have been through traumatic things. But I think for women, we have had to pick ourselves up. You know, a lot of women feel like men use and string you along to help them to find themselves, and then they discard you and lead you out, right? So as women, we feel like we have to dig ourselves out of a hole by ourselves, so I'm not going to help you. So all of those layers, I think, was making it hard for a lot of women to receive the message between Jeezy and Nia Long, but I think that was the most authentic conversation ever. Nia Long made it clear that black women experience the same thing that you experienced, you know. So, guys, you can check that out. It's on YouTube. Again, if you are a woman artist, local, on the coast, send me your information. Send it to me right away. We will be doing a monthly article section highlighting you and your music and what you are doing. I'm personally going to write the article because I do like writing. All of this that I'm doing is all about writing. I like to write. I love to write and express. So I will make sure that it's a great article. What else do I have coming up? I guess that's about it. I'm tired, guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me and tuning in with me. If you missed the live, it is a-okay. I will have the YouTube link up and you can skim through that way. Be sure to follow me on all platforms because each platforms get different type of content. But I will be more active on YouTube because Facebook don't want me on here. Good night, guys. Good night. And I may see you tomorrow. Depends on how I'm feeling. Thank you so much for your support too. Wait.
Oh, it's a term of endearment.